343 has released more information on what we can expect for Halo Infinite for roughly about the next 9 months. They've released a 30-minute video on their YouTube channel and a blog over at Halo Waypoint. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the video that was released on their YouTube channel. I've cut out very specific clips that I would really like to comment on, and the full video, of course, can be found in the description down below. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and jump in.
For us, when we look at where we were going, what we want to achieve for this service, what we want to achieve for our loyal players, because we have a lot of them, it's super clear that our number one priority needs to be achieving seasonality. Now, what does that mean? It means we need to get our players more of what they want, and we need to get it to them faster and with more consistency than we have. 2 seasons a year doesn't cut it. It's just not going to cut it. That's not what our players deserve. It's not what they expect. It's not what our team wants to do. It's not what I want to do. And so when we say a seasonality, like we want to get it under 20 weeks. We want to get it to 13 weeks. Ideally, we're doing 4 a year. We're not going to be there right away, but this is a service. And that is the number one priority that guides everything we do. It's like getting faster, getting that out there as quickly and consistently as we can. So that number one priority from a player perspective is achieving seasonality.
Now, in this clip, Sean Barron, who is the new lead of the live service part of Halo Infinite, states that basically nobody is happy with how they've been running the live service free-to-play version of this game. And while this is a nice acknowledgement to me, it rings just a little hollow because we've been hearing promises and we've been hearing 343 admit, yeah, we've messed up, yeah, we're going to do better. And they still have yet to deliver on really anything that they've set out to do when it comes to improving the studio, improving their workflow, improving their output. Now, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. He is new to this position. He talked in the full clip about his backstory and that he came from a different aspect of the 343 team. So we'll have to see exactly how he performs. But nonetheless, I am very skeptical.
The first one is we believe our players deserve a Halo Infinite where it's infinitely rewarding. So players need to be able to feel rewarded for playing no matter what they play. The second one is actually personal and welcoming. So we believe that players need to be able to feel like they belong and can express their Halo identity in meaningful ways. We also want an experience that's competitive and fair. We are a very competitive game. That's our DNA. That's who we are. Right? You go back all the way to the very first Halo, right? Multiplayer. I mean, it is a highly competitive game.
So when watching this the first time, this was when I realized that 343 still does not understand Halo, and they do not understand what Halo Infinite needs. Let's take a look at this graphic here that shows the list of things that they want to improve or things that they want to work on. So looking at this, this is clearly, and I don't know if this is in any discernible order, but if it is completely out of order. He starts with talking about the game being infinitely rewarding, then moves on to personal and welcoming, competitive and fair, and stable and high quality. Stable and high quality is the last thing that he gets to, and it is by far probably the most important thing out of any game, let alone a free-to-play live service game. Stable and high quality. This reads, players can expect a smooth quality experience with few technical flaws. That should be the first thing that they are working on. This is should be the first thing that they want to have as close to perfect as possible. Then you move on to infinitely rewarding. Players feel rewarded for playing no matter what they play. And there are numerous different ways that they could do this. Of course, he goes on to talk about it later. But personal and welcoming, and this is to me, this just again goes to show you that they really just don't understand what Halo fans want. Players feel like they belong and can express their Halo identity, in quotes, in meaningful ways. Do you know what lets people express an identity in Halo in a meaningful way? The features that they took away from us, letting us being able to choose an emblem without having to pay for it or unlock it in a battle pass, being able to choose colors for your Spartan. There you go. Aside from the armor customization that comes from a battle pass or their online store shop, letting us choose colors, letting us mix and match colors, letting us have an emblem that we can customize, not in preset ways, that's how you have people express their Halo identity. And of course, competitive and fair. And that is something that Halo has always had to strive for. And I would honestly say that when it comes to being competitive, sometimes they're a little bit too competitive. He talks about Halo 1 on the multiplayer being super competitive back in the day. The multiplayer was built, I believe, by 2 or 3 people. It was the last thing that they made. They almost shipped the game without a multiplayer mode. But due to the dedication of a couple of devs, they were able to get it in at the last moment. And Halo's multiplayer was supposed to be a party game. You can go back and watch any interviews with some of the original developers, and they'll tell you this. It was intended to be a party couch co-op game that you could play split-screen campaign, or up to 4 people, or up to 16 people with a LAN party. A party game, not a competitive game.